Hello, public speaking class. My name is Dominique Neal, and this is week 9 of public speaking, and I will be discussing the importance of higher education. Now, when I say higher education, I saw in the discussions that some were pointing to me that I should specify bachelor's and master's degrees. Of course, that is what I will be pointing out. I'm talking true degrees. I mean, an associate's degree is a degree, but still, what is considered a degree, at least to me and to people that I've been around, is a bachelor's degree, and that is the topic, that is the main point of my discussion today, of my speech. Now, with a bachelor's degree, or with a degree, a lot of things come with that that are substantially better than what a person has if he or she does not have a degree. There is, of course, better pay, as I will get to that very soon with statistics. Second off, there's a higher prestige and a higher respect from society, from your colleagues, from family, from friends, from peers, from even your spouse, your kids. I'll go into that also. Also, there is an advancement and more possibilities for money that come along with more education, which I will also point out. Now that you understand that, let's begin. Of course, while here at Fremont, we've been looking around at what truly is the best degree to go for. Now, we're all going for associate's degrees. Now, they all range around 30, 40, maybe 50,000 if we're lucky, depending on where we go get a job at. Let me present to you the first tidbit, the first portion. This is according to salary.com. The paralegals, for the U.S. national averages for paralegal 1s, and paralegal 1s means that a paralegal has been working for 0 to 2 years. So this is what we will be starting off at. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but I will let people, I told you salary.com, and it's saying that the bottom 10% will be making $36,000. Now that's fact, and it has to be that according to what the government set standards. Don't let Mr. Roberta or anybody lie to you and say you're going to be making $10, $12 an hour. We might as well go back to McDonald's. Now the bottom 10% will be making $36,000. In between the 25 to 75%, they'll be making $42,000 to $54,000. Which is good. And according to the female who brought me into the program, we would be in the top tier, which would be the top 90th percent, because we're getting more accreditations than just the normal coming from this school, but should be receiving $60,000. So the average income for a paralegal 1, which means a paralegal with 0 to 2 years experience, should range truly, according to what from salary.com, which is based on government set standards, we should be getting in between $36,000 to $60,000 when starting off, which is pretty good. Not my capping stone, but still pretty good. Now, for those with, and usually the paralegal degree is, most people who are paralegals have the associates, so we will have that. Now, in discussion of the bachelor's, I have a screenshot of it on my phone. It's actually, sometimes I have it as my wallpaper. So I just know why I'm coming to school every day, why I keep going for A's. Is the salary for healthcare management If people don't know by now, there's certain bachelor's degrees that Fremont offers, including business leadership, and there's another one that's called business healthcare management. I am personally trying to go for healthcare management, and according to BLS.gov, now that lets you know, Gov, Bureau of Labor and Statistics .government. This is what it looks like. It says the 2010 median pay, which means 3 years ago, well, 3 years ago from today. 3 years ago from today, the 2010 median pay was $84,270, which was $40 an hour. So of course, through time, it will rise as basic costs go up, salaries will go up. 2010 median pay was $84,000 with entry-level education of bachelor's degree, meaning just the 4 years, well here 2.5 years. Work experience in a related occupation, none. On-the-job training, none. Number of jobs as of 2010, 303,000. That's a lot. That is very much. Job outlook for 2010 through 2020, which is 22%, which is faster than the country's average. The employment change in between 2010 and 2020 is an addition of 68,000 jobs, which is a lot. And when you think about it, not a lot of people are going for this. So, I mean, personally, I decided to take it upon that, to go towards that, actually to go towards my master's, hopefully. But seeing when it says $84,000, how many people without a degree at all, even with an associate's degree, can reach $84,000? $84,000 is just about enough to raise a family, meaning a man, a woman, and a child. Just about enough. To me, that's very good. Also, well, now that we got the money out the way, that's my visual aid. That's what I look at every day before I come to school. Second part is, along with the money comes the prestige. When people look at a person who does a job that doesn't have the necessity of a bachelor's degree or of a degree period, say somebody who works at a gas station, somebody works at McDonald's, I'm hoping I'm not offending anybody. Even if I do, I'm sorry, but hey, you're here too, that's why you're going for a higher degree. Somebody of those kind of jobs, you see how they act. You see sometimes they don't have much concern for their vibrance in their personality. So they don't care. They'll be at the job chewing gum and talking with slang and ghetto vernacular, and so that's not how a person with a bachelor's degree would manage himself. A person who works for a Fortune 500 or the CEO for Enron or any company that you may be thinking about does not conduct themselves like that. When they go out in society, when they go to events, they say, hell, well, I'm the president, or I'm even the executive vice president, or even I'm just somebody who has a job of substance at this company. I can possibly get you start your career. They do get prestige. They do get some respect. From a little to a lot, they do get respect. Also, respect. Talking about the differences in pay, now a lot of people are talking about their bachelors. For now, when I'm looking at jobs as far as advancement, because I know I don't want to just start, in 20 years, I don't want to be what I'm making now. Like, I don't want to be doing what I did 10 years ago. And in 10 years from now, I don't want to be doing what I'm doing then that I'm doing now. I don't want to still be in school. I don't want to be doing what I'm doing now. A bachelor's degree gets your foot in the door. But in order for someone to get advancement towards president, towards vice president, towards executive president of internal affairs, or anything of that high substance in a job, in a company, they need higher degrees. A bachelor's degree gets your foot in the door, but if you look at any site, they will say in order for people to be president, vice president, CEO, CFO, DWO, NWO, whatever that they may want to be, they say a master's degree is necessary. Which is why I personally think if you are capable of going for your master's degree, I believe that you should. If nothing is holding you back, if you're young, if you have no other concerns on this earth, if you're not taking care of any kids, if you're not taking care of anybody else, I mean, if you are, hey, I understand that's the responsibility you have. You're here to take care of them. But if you don't have anything to do at all, I strongly advise that you go for your master's. So when you go into the workforce, you will be able to go for those higher paying jobs. Because I know for myself, I would like a 6-figure salary. And there's a lot of jobs that border the 6-figure salary, but they don't reach it. So people need to study. There's a difference between studying what you're doing and studying what you plan to do. And although we study these books, people need to study on the route that they want in their life. And you don't want to end up somewhere where you'll feel happy, but you know your main objective was to make money. And you have to look at that and see the job that you like to do, is that going to get you the finances that you like? Is that going to help you get the lifestyle that you like? Is that really going to put you in a place at a certain time in your life that you expect that is going to make you happy? At the age of 30, are you going to have enough to support a family? Are you going to have enough to just fly around the world and do what you want to do? Well, that was my point for this speech. I hope people really take into consideration going for higher degrees, meaning bachelor's and master's degrees. And I state them too specifically because I have seen reports. I'm sorry that I didn't bring it up, but if you see me on campus, I'm at the Cerritos campus, I will be happy to show you. I have seen documents, I've seen statements that say it is a setback for people to have a PhD, because a PhD in certain fields is stating that they are overqualified. I'm not saying you don't want to be highly qualified, but in certain positions you have to know exactly how much. An associate's gets you independence, $30,000 to $40,000. A bachelor's average $80,000, in between $60,000 to $70,000, $80,000. Gets you a nice start in life. A master's around $100,000, maybe higher depending on what you major in. Gets you a nice life. PhD, certain jobs, it might get you booted out because you might be too qualified. Certain jobs, it will get you hired. But see, that's a tricky thing about a PhD. You have to know, is that going to be right for me where I want to work? Because certain spots say, oh, we only want a master's. If you have a PhD, we can't work with you. It's too much. Sometimes the boss might be a hater and might not want anybody to have a higher degree than him. Well, if anybody would like to personally discuss anything about this with me, this is a topic that I constantly go over myself. Finances. I probably would major in finance or economics if they offered it here, but I'm a big person about economics. I'm a big person about money, and if anybody would like to talk to me more about this in person, they can always contact me. They can always see me, pull me aside when they see me at the Cerritos campus. I'm here Mondays and Wednesdays, paralegal student. Anyway, thank you very much, and I hope this was informative, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day.